Hello there. Today, let's start by fixing the asteroid spawning. After spawning, they should move off the screen. Go to the rock spawn logic branch, and in the translate object block, change the shift value to -1. That should be sufficient. Now, let's improve our game. The projectile should disappear after hitting an asteroid, rather than continuing forward. It must disappear. If we look at the rock collision branch, we can see the moment when we should remove the projectile. It should vanish along with the asteroid. However, we can't do this in this branch because we don't know which exact projectile needs to be removed. We don't have the means to select the right one. Therefore, each projectile should monitor collisions with asteroids. And in case of a collision, remove itself. Let's create a new logic branch for this purpose. Name it Plasma Collision. Attach this branch to the plasma object. Once again, we need to add 3 blocks: collection, on-contact array, and remove object. Specify the rocks collection in the collection block. In the remove object block, uncheck the checkboxes, because the plasma object has no child objects. Let's run the game and verify that nothing happened. Judging by the code, the bullets should disappear along with the asteroids. But in reality, it's a bit more complicated. I'll open both collision branches for you. Now, take a look. Imagine that we've slowed down time and are watching how the code executes within a single tick, block by block. The issue is as follows. Let's say the plasma hits an asteroid. Contact occurs. This block registers the contact and passes control to the block responsible for removing the asteroid. Then, a check occurs in this block. The check doesn't confirm the collision because the asteroid has already been removed. At that moment, the bullet is no longer in contact with anything. Therefore, it doesn't get removed, it simply continues to move forward. To fix this, we need to delay the removal of the asteroid, not in the same tick when the collision is registered, but a bit later. We can use a sleep block for this. We can set a delay before removal, and no matter what value we choose, the collision for the bullet will be registered. But ideally, we need a delay of exactly 1 tick. And that's what we'll get if we set the delay to 0. Here's what happens now. The asteroid registers the contact, but we don't destroy it immediately. Instead, we wait for the entire code within 1 tick to be executed. So, when it comes to checking for collision in the plasma, the contact will be registered because the asteroid is still in its place and intersects with the plasma. After registering the collision, we remove the plasma. The tick ends and everything starts over. In the next tick, the sleep block will trigger and the asteroid will be removed. Since 2 ticks are a very short period of time, it will appear to us that they disappeared simultaneously. Let's run the game and make sure everything is working now. Now, let's make the plasma's death more visually appealing. For this, we need to create another object. Let's start with a plane. Scale it down to the size of the plasma. Apply the scale. Create a material for the plane. Name it Sparkles. Remove the shader. Add an Armory PBR block. Now, find the Sparkles sheet file in the Assets folder and drag it into the shader editor. As always, set the occlusion to 0, roughness to 1, and emission to 1. Now, let's adjust the UV. Go to the UV editor tab. On our tile list, there are 6 columns and 2 rows. Select the UV, scale it on the x-axis to a value of 0.1666 and on the y-axis to 0.5. Now, go back to the layout. The first frame of our animation has only one small spark, so for now, let's not add transparency to this object. as it will be challenging to work with it. Here's the plan. If the plasma hits an asteroid, before removing the plasma, we need to spawn sparks, and only then, remove the plasma. Select the new object and rename it to Sparkles. Also, disable default spawning for it. Go to the logic branch Plasma Collision. Now, before removing the plasma, let's add a spawn object by name block. Choose the scene and enter the name Sparkles in the name field. You don't need to check children. We should get the coordinates for spawning from the current position of the plasma. We retrieve a getObjectTransform block and connect it to the transform channel. Leave the object field empty because we need the coordinates of the specific bullet to which this branch is attached and which has currently collided with the asteroid. Let's check how shooting looks now. Everything is going according to plan. Now, let's learn how to trigger animation from the tile list. To do this, select the plane with sparks, go to the Material Settings, and scroll down to the Armory Tile Shield section. Create a new one by pressing the plus button and rename it to Sparkles. Now, we need to specify the tile grid. We have 6 frames in the x-axis and 2 in the y-axis. You can increase the frame rate to 10 for now and adjust it later if needed. Now, in the next window, create an action. Large tile lists can contain multiple actions, but we have only one. Give it the same name, Sparkles. Set the frame range. We need the entire range, all 12 frames, so specify values from 0 to 11. Sparks don't loop, so disable the loop checkbox. That's not all yet. Now let's switch to the Object Properties tab. Find the Armory Props section. In the Tileset field, choose Sparkles. In the Appearing Action field, select Sparkles. Now the setup is complete. Let's run the game. The newly spawned sparks automatically start playing the animation. In my opinion, the animation is too slow. Let me go back to the Material Settings and change the frame rate to 25. That's better. Now, all that's left is to remove the sparks after the animation is finished. I think it's easier to do this in a separate branch that we'll attach to the Sparkles object. Let's create a new branch and name it Sparkles. We need an onInit block. This means that all events afterward will be executed only once, right after the object appears on the scene. The first thing we should do after it appears is to start our animation, even though it already starts by default. This can be done using the Play Tile Sheet block. Leave the object field empty. And in the name field, we should insert the name of our action, which is Sparkles. We need this block not so much to start the animation, as to track its finish. Right after that, we need a Remove Object block. Connect it through the Done output. Remove unnecessary checkboxes. To make everything work, don't forget to connect the logic branch to the Sparkles object. Let's run the game. Now objects disappear immediately after the action is played. Now we can add transparency. Select the Sparkles object. Go to the Material Settings. Switch the blend mode to Alpha Clip. And connect the Alpha channel from our tileset to the Opacity channel. Now, notice that the sparks appear slightly off from where they should be. They appear at a small distance from the asteroid. Let's figure out why this is happening and fix it. Suppose the plasma touches the asteroid. Next, we spawn the sparks, and the coordinates for spawning are taken from the current position of the plasma. However, the object's coordinates are read from its origin, pivot point, or transform point. And it's right in the center of the plasma object. That's why the sparks will spawn exactly there. Although ideally, they should spawn right here. Well, fixing this is easy. We'll just move our plasma forward a bit before spawning it, and to make the eye not notice any shifts, we'll make the plasma invisible before the shift. By moving the plasma right here, in the viewport, we can determine the value by looking at the last action menu. 400s are quite enough. Now, in the plasma collision logic branch, add the set object visible block. Place it before the spawn. You need to remove the visible checkbox, and also children. Right after that, add the translate object block. In the Y field, enter the value of 400s and activate the local axis checkbox. That's much better. Well, let's make the picture even better. I don't like the size of the sparks. So I'll go back to the viewport and just double the size of the plane with the sparks. Don't forget to apply the scale. What also annoys me is the speed of our projectiles. It's almost the same as the ship's speed, and sometimes it feels like we can outrun our own bullets. So in the plasma branch, I'll double the speed value. Up to 200s. Well, now you can relax. And here's a Chinese proverb to bid farewell. The computer is evil. But if you turn it off, two new evils will activate: the refrigerator and the television. Don't be bored. Goodbye for now.